Nhexus, level 2 upgrade. When I built this Bandit, I was missing one part, the transmission gear cover. Well, I just got one, so I'm going to go ahead and install that now just using 2 screws. With that taken care of, I can now move on to the upgrade, which is going to be the battery expansion kit done by Traxxas. Now the reason why I'm getting this right now is because I have these large 8-cell NIM batteries, and they just do not fit in there. So with this kit, I'll be able to actually fit the battery in there and not worry about it. I've already done this upgrade with my Rustler and Stampede, so if you've seen those videos, this is nothing new. But it is one that I need to do just due to the size of that battery. So let's go ahead and open it up and check it out. And this is what the kit includes. Simple instructions to follow, foam, battery post, 4 metal cylinders, and 4 screws. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. So the first part I'm going to tackle on is the ESC plate. But first of all, I got to take the ESC off, which is only held in with 2 screws. With those screws loosened, I went ahead and unplugged the ESC from the motor, and I can now pull this off. Now I can reach the 4 screws that hold in the ESC plate, and I'm going to go ahead and remove those. Now I can remove the ESC plate. Now if I wanted to, I can go ahead and use the foam they provided me with, but I already have some other foam in there that'll work just fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the ESC plate using the 4 screws and cylinders that they provided me with. The screw will go in through the top, while the cylinder goes to the bottom, and then this part will screw into the chassis. There is really no easy way to do this. It's a really frustrating thing to pull off, and I've done it so many times before, and like I said, there is no easy way to do this. It's a huge struggle. But once it's done, it's done. Now that the ESC plate has been reinstalled, I can reattach the ESC. Now there is a quick note I should tell you. These screws are hex screws, so you're going to need a hex screwdriver. With the motor reconnected to the ESC and the ESC has been screwed back on, I can now move on to the battery post. I'm going to go ahead and use the 4-way socket wrench that Traxxas gives you when you purchase one of their RCs. And these just really easily screw right off. And like I've done with the other RCs, I'm just going to show me doing one of these posts and not both. Alright. So there is the old battery post and there is the newer one. Rather big difference. And you just screw it back in. With the new battery post installed, this upgrade is complete. Now that 8-cell battery can fit in there no problem. I can also install the battery plate cover. There's a couple of drawbacks to having the battery expansion kit installed. For one, if you have the Millennium system, you can no longer use the Millennium ESC fan because this will be pushed up right against the top of the body due to the added height. So this will be pretty much useless. Unless you're willing to cut a hole inside the body and put a screen to cover it, say goodbye to your fan. Also, this slightly raises the center of gravity, so if you're really into speed, that could be a problem. Other than that, it does allow you to use bigger batteries. Also, if you have an old style Bandit body, the battery posts are too tall for it to fit on properly. But lucky for me, the old battery posts fit on there perfectly. So, for now, I'm just going to keep these on the side until I get a new body. And that was the second upgrade for Nhexus.